I am the chosen one. Somebody had to do it. So I'm taking on China. You vote for a Democrat, you're being very disloyal to Jewish people, and you're being very disloyal to Israel. And only weak people would say anything other than that. Denmark, I looked forward to going, but I thought that the Prime Minister's statement that it was absurd, it was an absurd idea, was nasty. I thought it was an inappropriate statement.
President Trump praising himself while, of course, attacking everyone from the Danish Prime Minister to Jewish Democrats in an impromptu press conference this week.
Now in an op-ed in the Washington Post, it says Trump's unhinged display should frighten everyone. Joining us now is Democratic strategist Dallas Jones and nationally syndicated columnist Adriana Cohen, a Boston Herald radio host. So I guess, Dallas, first to you, what has gone through your mind as you watch the president's behavior this week?
It's absolutely disturbing. It's disturbing to watch the President of the United States, the leader of the free world, really just launch these attacks about purchasing Greenland, of all the things we have to worry about in this country, of really attacking the Jewish community that doesn't agree with him, and even more so referring to himself as the chosen one. I think all Americans should be extremely concerned about the mental health state of this president. And frankly, it's really not a laughing matter.
A lot of people are saying it's not a laughing matter, but Adriana, you heard the president right there say that if you vote for a Democrat, you're being very disloyal to the Jewish people. Is he trying to paint the entire party as anti-Semitic? And I guess if so, what's the political gain in doing that?
Well, I think the president, he realizes that some of these anti-Semitic remarks coming out from some of the Democratic lawmakers is very disturbing. And he's questioning why on earth aren't more Democrats who are Jewish supporting Israel and at the same time denouncing, these radical statements by, Rashida Tlaib and Ilhan Omar. As you know, Israel is our very strong, geopolitical ally. They're the only democracy in the Middle East, and it's very important that we maintain this really important strategic relationship with Israel and the United States. And to hear this anti-Semitism coming out from these two lawmakers who are part of the squad, so to speak, is quite disturbing.
On the other end, you could say the same for Steve King, who has supported some white supremacist groups.
You're right. Look, Steve King has made some. Steve King has made some, controversial remarks which were denounced by the GOP, and they removed Congressman King from key committee assignments. And so that's something that a lot of Americans, especially the GOP, want to see done with these two Democratic lawmakers who support BDS and who are anti-Israel. So we'd like to see lawmakers treated the same. And so it's about time that the Democrats stepped up and denounced BDS and denounced these anti-Semitic remarks against Israel.
Well, we also want to take a quick look at that Washington Post op-ed. Jennifer Rubin writing that President Trump has lost the ability to differentiate himself from the country and his own psychological needs from the country's interests. To oppose him is to be an enemy of the people. So, Adriana, just to follow up on that, I mean, is that the case there? Do you agree with Rubin?
Not at all. First of all, Jennifer Rubin is a Trump hater, and everybody knows it. She's a fake Republican and has never has had anything nice to say about the president, despite a booming economy, historically low unemployment, and so many of achievements within this administration. Look, the president has, done a great job so far. I mean, at least his supporters believe he has. Like with jobs and the economy, wages are up, and tariffs is going to be the tariff exchange with China is going to be a rocky road. We know that it's going to be volatile. We see that in the stock market. There's going to be some short-term pain for long-term gain, and it's something that every past president should have addressed. China's intellectual property theft and this great discrepancy, the trade discrepancies is something that should have been addressed by many past administrations. So President Trump was joking when he said, "I'm the chosen one," for finally having the guts to stand up to China. But in reality, he is the only president who's doing the hard work of trying to rectify these massive trade imbalances.
Dallas, what do you make of the president's performance this week that you've seen so far? And at least going into the G-7 meetings, what sort of confidence does it gives you in the American leadership?
Well, there was nothing I think that the American people or the rest of the world took as a joke in terms of a trade war with one of the biggest economies in the country. What it has done is it has made the reality of a recession come to light for us here, even though the president is in denial of that. As we head into the G7 summit, I hope that that the president will find the place to have conversations that are meaningful with leaders of the rest of these nations and try to reassure the fact that America is open for business, that we're not going to block American businesses from doing business with the rest of the world, and that this erratic behavior, I hear what Adriana is saying in regards to, well, his supporters support him. That's great. But the rest of us that do not are extremely concerned about the future of our country, about the stability of American leadership, not only here but abroad, and it's not a joke, and it should not be joked about. So if calling yourself the chosen one is acceptable to joke in times like these, I think the rest of America is paying attention to the fact that this president is taking that time to do so, and will probably vote their values, we believe, in the upcoming election.
All right, Dallas Jones, Adriana Cohen, thank you both so much this morning.
Thanks, guys. Have a great day.